China has accused the United States of discrediting its anti-terrorism efforts. The criticism comes after the House of Representatives voted to pass a legislation demanding tougher action over what it describes as China's crackdown on ethnic minorities in Xinjiang. Beijing says the vote interferes in the affairs of the region.
中国政府和人民捍卫国家主权、安全、发展利益的决心坚定不移。美方利用涉疆问题挑拨中国民族关系，破坏新疆繁荣稳定、遏制中国发展壮大的图谋，绝对不可能得逞。我们奉劝美方立即纠正错误，阻止上述涉疆法案惩罚，停止利用涉疆问题干涉中国内政。中方将根据形势发展作出进一步反应。
While the legislation has passed at the House of Representatives, it now needs to go to the Senate before heading to the President's desk for endorsement. And once approved, it will impose sanctions against senior Chinese officials allegedly involved in the abuse.
China has been accused of operating detention centers in Xinjiang. United Nations says at least 1 million ethnic Uyghurs and other Muslims have been put into the camps. China has admitted the existence of re-education camps, but rejected claims of abuse.
Beijing has been quick to warn President Trump against signing the bill into law, saying Xinjiang is China's internal affair. And Annette Lim tells us more.
China has made it clear that it resolutely opposes the bill. On Wednesday, the Foreign Affairs Ministry said the bill deliberately defames the human rights situation in Xinjiang and discredits Beijing's efforts to fight against extremism and terrorism in the region. China has also repeatedly denied any human rights abuses in Xinjiang. While the U.S. frames the issue as one of cultural genocide, China has framed it as a national security and counter-terrorism measure. Similarly, what the U.S. calls Uyghur mass detention camps, China calls vocational and training centers. Chinese state media CGTN and the Global Times have also weighed in on the issue. Referring to racial problems in the U.S., a CGTN editorial said the U.S. has the least authority to speak on China's management of ethnic minorities. At the same time, the Global Times said China will take strong countermeasures, including releasing an unreliable entity list that includes U.S. entities and imposing sanctions on relevant U.S. officials. The Uyghur bill follows hot on the heels of a bill supporting human rights and democracy in Hong Kong, which has been signed into law by U.S. President Donald Trump. Taken together, these two bills are seen by China as foreign meddling in its internal affairs, and this will exacerbate the atmosphere of hostility and distrust in the ongoing U.S.-China trade talks. In fact, both sides have already moved to dampen market expectations of a quick solution. On Wednesday, the Chinese Foreign Affairs Ministry said that it will not set any timeline or deadline for the trade deal with the U.S. Meanwhile, Mr. Trump earlier said that the trade deal might have to wait until after the U.S. presidential election in November 2020. Lynette Lim, CNA, Shanghai.